the Focus of Man once again, and of course the last film I'll review was Memoirs of Invisible Man. And after that he did a film, Body Bags, which I think it was originally meant for TV. See if they would do like a show, and it's different segments. And I remember some parts, like I think Wes Craven directed a segment and John Carpenter directed a segment or two. Can't remember. I know one was Hair with Stacy Keach. I think one was The Eye with Mark Hamill. I don't remember them 100%. But the film after that, which, believe it or not, is a amazing film, In the Mouth of Madness, to me is a classic Carpenter flick. It's a film, second time it was with Sam Neill, much better than Memoirs of Invisible Man. This film, okay, you have, starts out with Sam Neill, who he's being put into an insane asylum, and he's, psychologist, some guy, psychologist goes in, and Sam Neill has like all these crosses he's put on his, he's painted on his head, everywhere over his body, and tells about what had happened. And the guy is sort of an investigator who is hired by actually Charlton Heston, because this sort of publishing company, their big author Sutter Kane is missing, and Sutter Kane in this world is probably the biggest horror film writer, even bigger than Stephen King, which they actually reference. And Charlton Heston sort of takes Julie Carmen, sort of works for him, like has Julie Carmen from Fright Night 2, the villain from Fright Night 2, who he has her go with Sam Neill's character to find the Sutter Kane character, played by Jurgen Prochnow, bad guy in Beverly Hills Cop 2, and you've seen this guy in a lot of stuff. So Sam Neill's trying to find Sutter Kane, and things start going weird, having these weird dreams, baby hallucinations. Has mainly dreams where like he's walking down an alley, sees someone getting beat to shit, and he wakes up, and one time he sees like a ghoulish cop, and then he wakes up again. And like one time he has all the covers of Sutter Kane, his books, and he sees something weird, and he cuts all the covers off, and there's like these lines, and he cuts along the lines, and he's puts them together like a jigsaw puzzle, and finds out that this is a map. And all sorts of weird stuff, like he's talking with someone, and some crazy guy just crashes in the window with an axe. And like, do you read Sutter Kane or something like that? He has these crazy fucking eyes, he's about to kill him, and the guy gets shot up by a cop. But him and Julie Carmen drive off to this town called Hobbs End, and they start to realize that they're sort of being sucked into one of Sutter Kane's novels, or sort of Sutter Kane's world, which is like an amalgamation of all of his horror film novels. Ideas that were in some of his books are now sort of reality. And well, like this title says, lived any good books lately? And Sutter Kane has this power, and he's making this new book called In the Mouth of Madness. And weird things are happening. I mean, what's great about this film, once again, John Carpenter, he's helped with KMB doing the special effects, the makeup effects. KMB do a great job. Some people complain that they're hitting shadows, but that's not a bad thing for a horror film. Granted, The Thing did a great job. Didn't need shadows, but shadows don't hurt. So I don't get why people bitch about that. And it's really good makeup effects. And this is sort of John Carpenter's take on H.P. Lovecraft. That thing from a long time ago, that ancient evil trying to get into our world. And I don't know, it just had that H.P. Lovecraft feeling to it. And great scenes like Sam Neill sleeping and Julie Carmen's driving. They're driving down the road at night. And all of a sudden, headlights are highlighting the lines of the road, the lines of the road disappear. And she's like, why? She sticks her head out the window, and it's like they're driving in fucking air. It's like, what the fuck? And how is a simple, subtle, yet weird, eerie sequence? Or like this paperboy who keeps passing by him, and like each time he passes, his face is a little more fucked up. You have scenes where, like, in one of the stories of Sutter Kane, it was about an old woman who ran this motel, and secretly she was this monster who kept her husband chained up in the basement and chopped him into pieces. Well, guess what? This old woman just happens to be a monster. And you see in shadows, and you see just enough, and good effects by K&B. And Sam just trying to deal with it like this is not reality, you know, and you know, this is reality, that's not reality, you know. And even Julie Carmen becomes affected by it. And Sam Neill's character, he's an investigator, so he thinks, you know, it's a hoax, because he's seen hoaxes before, and then this is a hoax made for mass town to get famous, to get acclaim. It's like, you people, you know what you're doing. You guys are professionals. And great performance by Sam Neill. Like, you have this guy talking with them, and he takes out a gun and puts it to its mouth. And Sam Neill has this look of horror, like, what are you doing? Like, he just, it's all sinking clear. It's like, the guy says, I have to, he wrote me this way. Boom! And you don't see, like, the head explosion, you just see, like, a splat of blood, but it was enough. And Sam Neill, people bam off Sam Neill, some people. This movie is an awesome performance. I don't give a fuck who, what, when, where, why says so. Otherwise, I should say. This guy did a great performance in this movie. Sam Neill did an awesome job. And just eerie stuff like, you know, Julie Carmen is, she's out of it. You know, kiss the shit out of Sam Neill, like she has superhuman strength. He tries to take her home, and she walks out. She's walking like, you remember that deleted scene, The Exorcist, that they put in that, what is it, 20th anniversary thing, where she's walking down the stairs, like the spider leg scene, like her top body's here, but her head's twisted down. This is kind of like that. But this was made before this was made before the re-release. You know, the deleted scene was out, so I don't know if Carpenter somehow saw that, or, you know, they came up with it themselves. Because then, this was before that deleted scene was released. Again, good makeup effects. And there's a scene that always was, like, great. I remember seeing as a kid, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, Jordan Pronouncer gives him his book, saying, you know, take this, you know, take this out there. I don't know why the fuck Sam Neill takes it, but he's probably not in his right mind, so he's like, he's freaked out, he's scared, doesn't know what he's doing. And Jordan Pronouncer does this thing where he takes a piece of his face, and he peels away like a paper. When it peels away, when it peels away, on the other side, it's words like a book. It comes another piece, and another piece, and you go, what the fuck is this? He turned into a page from a book. It sounds stupid, but the way the effect was excellent. And these monsters, some of them might be stop motion and stuff, but it works well because it's quick. And you have quick cuts to, you know, actual suits, like, not suits, but, you know, actual rubber creatures that K&B did. And Sam Neill comes and he has the book and he burns it, like, immediately burns it. He gets back home and it's like months later now, so time was out of it. Jordan Proudnow follows him. Just follows him on a bus, and he demonstrates his power. He says, you know what? My favorite color is blue. And then blink, the whole world is blue. And Sam Neill's looking around, and he's like, ah, you know, just the whole fucking world's turned blue now. Just showing Sutter Kane's power. And he gets back, and there's Charlton Heston. He's like, yeah, thanks, you know, we got the book. And he's like, what? And they have no knowledge of Julie Carmen, as if she never existed. And he's like, you can't sell this book. It will drive people insane. And Charlton Heston goes, well, I hope so. movie comes out next month.